Hi, and welcome back to Musicians Edition Practice with Me for Flute. I'm your teacher, Reesa, and today we're working in the Rubank Advanced Method Flute Volume 1, and today we're on page 10. Woo. And we're gonna continue on these scale exercises, okay? Still working on the F major scale. Or I'm sorry, we're working on D minor last time, right? D minor, I'm sorry, they both have the same flat. Okay, so let's start right in on 27 with the common chord. Okay, these are all still the same patterns that we've had from previous versions. The only thing we're doing is starting on different notes. All right, so here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, excellent job. So as time goes on, these should start feeling a little bit easier, or at least they do for me. I guess I can't say after we start getting into like a buttload of sharps. Let's do this again. Let's go a little bit faster. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And if you weren't at that speed, that's fine. I just wanted to speed the common chord one up just because we've been taking them slow and just wanted to push ourselves a little bit more. Remember to slow down and then speed it up and try to go even faster than that on your own practice, okay? So this one shouldn't have been too challenging. Okay, it's just working more in thirds. 1, 3, 5.
This lesson is brought to you by the Musicians Edition practice book. Make goals and keep track of progress throughout the whole year. When you're done with this video lesson, don't forget to mark this practice time in your Musicians Edition practice book. Now back to the video.
All right, now let's go on to 28, diminished 7th. So our 7th note in the D minor scale is C. So to diminish it, we're going to raise it a half step. So now we're working with C sharp. And in this exercise particular, that C sharp does throw a lot of people off. So we'll take it nice and slow and we'll just get comfortable with it. Alrighty, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, excellent job. So once again, where it throws people off, it may not necessarily be the C sharp, but it's that we want to play B natural. And that's not what we have. We have B flat going into C sharp. So there's more of a spatial gap between intervals. There we go. So I'm trying to say like tones and semitones there. So it doesn't feel natural to the brain. So this throws a lot of people off. So play it slowly, just like we did here, and then start speeding it up. So let's speed it up a little bit. I won't take it as fast as the previous one. We'll take it a little bit faster though. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. And if you were really struggling with that and you just can't remember, pull out your pencil, mark things in. It's okay to put the flat for the B to remind yourself, and it's okay to write sharps in if you're missing them within that same measure, okay? And you can just take it measure by measure even. And then speed that up, okay? That's the key. Slow and steady wins the race. You know that. All right, let's go on to G major now. All right, so now we're shifting our key signatures from flats to sharps. So now we're working with 1 sharp, F sharp, B becomes natural now, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into 29 here, okay? This has the same rhythms that all our other exercises had of this style. Do, 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 rest. Do, 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 rest. Okay, that's all. All right, now there is a note on the bottom because remember, we have learned an alternate F fingering, which makes it easier between F sharp and E natural. Look at the bottom of the book. In rapid passages, F sharp may be fingered, and then it has the alternate fingering one, right? Thumb, 1, 2, 3, 2, E. Right? So it's saying it may be fingered, but the practice should be discouraged. So for these runs, the book wants us to use the regular fingering, and it's important to know how to do the regular fingers fast, okay? So that's the way we're gonna practice it this round. We're gonna use the regular F sharp fingering for the rest of today's practice. Okay? Alrighty, here we go. 1, 2. All right, excellent job. So I'll probably just keep this one to here. The parentheses with that 1 above it means the regular fingering. So with this one, it's a good one to take the metronome out, practice it with the metronome, and then to speed it up, okay? All we're doing is just working sections of the scale downward. That's all we're doing, okay? And remember, all those B's are natural. This is where it throws a lot of people off after switching from our D minor to our G major. Remember, those B's are natural. Mark them in if you need to. Okay, taking a look at 30, okay? Going back to our scales here. All right, and remember, this one has a little bit of articulation work in it, okay? So let's go ahead and give this one a go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, excellent job here. So this one, I know we have the breaths throw a lot of us off. And I know I didn't breathe the way I was supposed to on this one. So we're gonna talk about it now, okay? So we need to make sure we're breathing where the breath marks are. I did do that, but on the contrary, I also took extra breaths where they don't belong. So we need to make sure we focus on our breathing on this type of exercise here, okay? And it's really important to make sure we don't take those breaths too long. And I know that I sometimes have a tendency to breathe too long for, you know, these breath marks. They need to be real quick. And a lot of us have a tendency to, we want to take a pause before we go into the next run. And so we hold that breath for a little too long. Okay, so why don't we use the metronome, which you saw me drop earlier. Wah, wah. Okay, so we're going to use the metronome now. All right, so let's see. We are in 3/4 for this bad boy. Since we're focusing on technique more, we're going to slow this down. We'll do 66. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, there we go. That round was better for me. It really is a game of the breath and being able to control it. All right, so most of that was fine for me. There was one spot I ran low and had to take an extra breath, but those are things when you're practicing you need to pay attention to for yourself too. You need to be aware of where your breaths are, and then you can take it from there on how you need to practice it a little bit better, okay? So I know for me a lot of times I want to get used to where I'm supposed to take those breaths. It's harder to do when you're slowing it down, right? Because now the breath has to go even further. And so when I first start off with these exercises, to know where the breath is and to know, I really make that drastic. Okay, and I know that kind of goes opposite of what we're doing, but it would be I would play this passage, then stop, and then breathe as full as I can. Then run the passage, right? Get all the air out. And then when we have that breath, I'm gonna stop, take the biggest breath I can in, then play the next passage, and so on and so forth, okay? And then once I start getting those, we can start speeding it up and you start tightening that in, okay? So that's how you do it. But being aware of how you're breathing is the first step, all right? So many of us are going around unaware of where our breathing is and how we're breathing and how far our breath goes. So got to be mindful of where the breath is. Very important. All right, let's go ahead and look at our last one for today, 33. All right, this is just like some of the other rhythms we had before, so shouldn't be too challenged rhythm-wise, okay? We're just changing the key. We're going to use the metronome for this one just because it's a little harder with that 16th, 8th rest right in the middle of it. Or not the middle of it, but right when we start off can be challenging. All right, I'm going to put us down to 60, slowing it down. 1, 2, 3. All right, excellent job there. That one can be a little challenging even with the metronome. Once again, that 16th rest right off the bat throws a lot of us off. So when you're practicing and you're really struggling to you want to play right on that beat, or you're coming in too late, you're not sure when you're coming in, here's what I find very helpful when I'm practicing this, okay? I put my metronome back on. I'm not going to play right away, okay? We're just hearing it. I take note which notes are on the beat, right? So we have rest, C, G, rest, D, A, rest, E, B, rest, F sharp, C, okay? So I mentally know what needs to be hit, still feeling it. And then I kind of just count 16ths out, okay? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 E and just hearing those being broken out. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a right? I mean, I messed up that bottom one because I couldn't see it. But either way, that point being, it really helps when you just take a moment to listen, think about what needs to hit, and then counting the 16ths with the metronome so you can get the feel of where you need to come in. It really helps most for that because everything else kind of aligns, okay? As long as you know where your first note comes in. 1 E and a E, right? So that's how that one is. I'm not gonna drive us crazy with speed on that one. You know what to do. Want to make sure you come in and play with the metronome. Very important for the metronome on this one, okay? And then once you start getting it and mastering it, then start speeding it up. And then eventually, I want you to take the metronome away and still count yourself in and just make sure you can still hold that up, all right? Because you know, if you're playing a solo or you're in juries, or if this was an orchestra piece, there's no metronome to guide you. So you just need to make sure you get the feel of the countings for everything to make sure all the dynamics, and I don't mean dynamics, make sure everything fits together and plays where it's supposed to, all right? Alrighty. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit like, notify, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our practices. Thanks for joining, and until next time.